Hello, a channel. Today is the 21st of March 2017, and on today's video we have Charlene Wittstock. I hope I got the name right, and I'm going to show you who Charlene Wittstock is. She's married to, I will call her a she for now, but we'll show you proof later that it's actually he. That she's married to the Prince of Monaco, one of the princes of Monaco. Now, what I found out in my transvestigation is that um, the lineage of Monaco or whosoever rules that royal house has the highest numbers of transgenders that I've ever seen in one place. And I can't seem to understand the reason why this is so. But I may understand what went on there because prior to when the Vatican put in place Adam Weishaupt to give them the principles by which they would rule the world, one of the very first places that they attacked the most and took away the monarchy was the monarchy of France. And this happened during the French Revolution. So I can understand the reason why they had to replace that whole monarchy so it wouldn't be a problem based on what they did. Now, if it's your first time on our channel, I want to welcome you to the channel, first of all, and I would like to advise you that you should please look for the primer video on this channel. Watch the primer video. You can pause this video right here and watch that primer video. Then you can come back and continue to watch this video. You can also, it's for your own good, so you won't have a lot of questions that go unanswered. You should download the document that's going to attach to be every video that we make. You can just reduce the YouTube window, click below the YouTube pane window that says show more. You'll see a link. Click on the link, get the document, read it. If you've never read it before, I advise that you do. It's going to take you like 30 minutes. It just has a lot of pictures. Even the pages might seem long, but it just has a lot of pictures. It will show you the visual differences between male and female. Then at your own time, I do suggest that at your own time, at your own pace, you should look up the Marilyn Monroe video and the Zayn Malik video. With that said, as I usually say on every video, that we are not against transgenders, right? We are not against anybody who has his or her sexual preference in whatever they want to do, right? As long as you're an adult and you're doing so with an adult as well, or with the consent, that's your business. We don't have no business. We can't come into your house or your room and judge you for what you're doing, all right? So what we're trying to expose on this channel is that there's an organized system put in place that's given to taking kids. It's a religion. Taking kids, mutilating or castrating these kids, feeding them hormones, and forcing them to live in a sex and gender that's not their birth gender, not by consent, because children cannot make consent. They don't have enough information. They don't even know what they're doing. All right? And as we've always said on this channel, that the people who have put this machinery in place for that to be possible, to make it such that it's so organized and well equipped, is the Vatican. So before I go further, I just want to show you a couple of things. Now, we're going to take a look at what the Pope here said. Pope Francis. He's the current Pope of the Vatican. This is some headline. It came out about 3 years ago, actually on October 28, 2014, if you're following my mouse. And it says, Pope Francis, right? Evolution and Big Bang Theory are real. Now, if the Vatican was really a church worshiping God, right? Worshiping Christ, they would have no fellowship with evolution and the Big Bang Theory. because that would contradict the very book that they're supposed to uphold, that the Pope here, Pope Francis, is supposed to uphold. But you can clearly see from this article of 3 years ago that Pope Francis says that evolution and Big Bang are real. Now, a lot of people who follow the Pope here might believe so, and they might be confused. Because one of the things that the Vatican is very great at doing is telling you a form of truth, right? And mixing it with a lie. Now, the first rule of any con or any scam is that it has to have truth. The truth is not given to you so you should have any knowledge, right? It's only given to you so that you can establish, so that some sort of trust can be established for you to be conned. So if a thief tells you the truth, he's not telling you truth because he wants you to know the truth. He's telling you so that he can establish that trust, all right? So that you can be conned or you can be scammed, all right? Let me show you how this works. I'm going to give you a typical scenario. Let's say there's a bank that gives you 100% interest on any money that you invest within a day, all right? And the bank wants to scam you. Now, providing you 100% interest on any money you give to that bank sounds very, very unreasonable within a day. But let's say, for example, this bank exists. So the bank tells you, if you're giving me $50, I'll give you $100 the next day. All right? We know that is a scam. So let's say the first few people walk into the bank and they give $50 to the bank. The bank gives them back $100. So the word spreads out that this bank actually gives you 100% return on interest with your money, right? So the next batch of people go say, wow, so it actually worked. So the person who received the $100 return, or the the 100% return, would say, oh, would talk to another somebody else, and the person would believe him and say, oh, let's go ahead and do it again. So the next batch of people go in and give them $200, and the bank gives them 100% return, and they get $400. The word spreads the more. That's how scams work. So by now, you have maybe 1 million people who go in and give the bank $500 each based on the word that they had given back 100% return on investment on their last $50 or $100, the case may be, depending on the scenario that I just told you. Now, everybody goes in and gives them $500, and then the bank dissolves and disappears with your money. So the little truth that they had set you up in, like returning the $50 with 100% return, or the $100 with 100% return, or the $200 for the $200 return, or $100% return, was setting you up so that they would take the $500. Now they're taking $500. They're taking more that they had returned back to you, and they're vanished. So that's how scam will work. The Pope right here is a con artist, and he knows that. He's scamming the world so that he can run the world, so they can be subject to him. You become subjects and slaves to the Pope. Because if he was really worshiping Christ, he would have no fellowship with saying that evolution and Big Bang theory are real. But all this was a creation, right, of the Vatican. And I'll show you in a minute with Charles Darwin. So bear with me. So here we are at Charles Darwin's Wikipedia page, right? I was trying to show you that evolution and Big Bang were all theories created by the Roman Catholic hierarchy, the Vatican. So here's Charles Darwin. Now, in order to make evolution, for you to believe in evolution, now, if you go to Charles Darwin page, you will know that he didn't believe in anything. He had no religion. So because evolution, I mean, if you're trying to sell someone something, you have to at least try to make it look like or bear a semblance to what you're selling. All right. So if Charles Darwin, if you read this page and Charles Darwin believed in some sort of religion, then the theory of evolution would be thrown out. Evolution is just a theory. It's never been proven that man came from monkeys, because we still have monkeys and they haven't changed to men. All right? So this is Charles Darwin's page. And like I said, the Vatican is never too far behind. Now, if you go reading this page, you won't find anything linking Charles Darwin to the church, to the Roman Catholic Church. But you don't have to look further because it's always there. You just have to look closely. And let me show you how to look. So when you go to Charles Darwin page, what you need to scroll down is look at academic advisors right here. And follow my mouse. We'll take them one at a time. We'll click on John Stevens Henslow, the first academic advisor of Charles Darwin, and watch. Now, when we go to John Stevens Henslow's page, who was an academic advisor to Charles Darwin, what do you see? It says John Stevens Henslow, 6 February 1796 to 16 May 1861, was what? A British priest, botanist, and geologist. His academic advisors, the ones who told him what to write, influenced him and taught him what he should write about evolution, so it wouldn't directly link them to the Catholic Church, were Catholics. A British priest. Can you see that? Can you see that? All right, let's go back to the next academic advisor of Charles Darwin, called Adam Sedgwick. Okay, let's click on that too again. Now, it says here, right, that Adam Sedgwick, 22nd March 1785 to 27th of January 1873, was one of the founders of modern geology, right? Now let's scroll a little bit further and see what we can find on this man, because we know that he's connected to the Roman Catholic Church. Now, Adam Sedgwick, let's read his page, right? We're on Adam Sedgwick Wikipedia page right now, okay? Let's scroll a little bit. It says Sedgwick was born in Dent, Yorkshire, the third child of an Anglican vicar. Anglican. He was the son of an Anglican vicar, which is the same thing as a priest. Now let's go and see what Anglican church actually means. All right, let's scroll down a little bit. You can scroll down here. It says Geological Views and Evolution of Adam Sedgwick. The Church of England, by no means a fundamentalist or evangelical church, encloses a wide range of beliefs, right? During Sedgwick's life, there developed something of a chasm between the conservative high church believers and the liberal wing, right? This is some disinformation, so you would never know that he was working for the Vatican. All you need to do is click on the Church of England right here, right? And we go down Church of England, right? And we scroll down a little bit. What does it say? Separated from the Roman Catholic Church. Now let me just give you a brief history. During the time of the Protestant movement, in which King James translated the Bible from the Latin Vulgate that he had into the English tongue for his English people, which led him to be attacked by the Roman Catholics, by the guy that's called by the story in Guy Fawkes, who tried to blow up the English Parliament so he could kill him. Now, when that particular event did not go through, and the Bible became translated so that we have it in the version that we call the King James Bible, the Vatican went to war to make sure that they would replace or take off the English monarchy, which they successfully did. As I've said in my videos before, the monarchy in England today is not the original monarchy of England. The monarchy you have in England today is from Germany. They are not the original English people speaking monarchy of England. So with that said, let's go back to Pope Francis now and see what he's talking about in evolution and Big Bang theory being real. If he was indeed the vicar of Christ, standing for God according to the Bible, according to the King James Bible, he would have no whatsoever association with evolution and Big Bang theory. Because but he has it because it was the creation to make sure that they would discredit the Bible, which became public, which became common to everyone, so that everyone would not believe the Bible. They would have a false idea. They would disregard it when they read evolution or get to know about evolution and Big Bang, and they would come back to the Roman Catholic Church, to the hierarchy, to rule and run over them. That's the reason for this. So if you go read this story, you can pause this right here and copy that link out and put it in your browser. You can go ahead and read this falsification of the Vatican by Pope Francis when he says the Big Bang Theory and evolution in nature do not contradict. Isn't that stupid? I mean, if you listen to the theory of the Big Bang and the theory of evolution, there are like extreme ends. He says the idea, this is how they confuse people. The idea of creation, let me read it again. The Big Bang Theory and evolution in nature do not contradict the idea of creation. Pope Francis has told an audience of the Vatican, saying God was not a magician with a magic wand. The Pope's remarks on Monday to the Pontifical Academy of Sciences appeared to be a theological break from his predecessor, Benedict XVI, a strong exponent of creationism. Doesn't matter if Pope Benedict, the former Pope, said this, they're all part of the same pie. They're not worshiping the God of the King James Bible, as Martin Luther had said. So, with that said, let's get back into Charlene, Princess of Monaco. All right. Now, here is Charlene. We're on her Wikipedia page. All right. By the time we end this video, we'll call her a he. But for now, let's just crave some indulgence. We'll call her a she. All right. Charlene, Princess of Monaco, French Charlene, born Charlene Lynette Wittstock, 25th February 1978, is a former Olympic swimmer for South Africa and wife of Prince Albert II. Now let's find out who Prince Albert is. Let's go to his webpage. We click on that. And it says Albert II. Albert Alexandre Louis Pierre Grimaldi, born 14 March 1958, is the reigning monarch of the Principality of Monaco and head of the princely house of Grimaldi. He is the son of Prince Rainier III and American actress Grace Kelly. Did we not connect this man, Grace Kelly, already with someone we have one of the Casaraghi families? You can look for that video. It's called Charlotte Casaraghi on this channel, and it will make more sense to you. But we'll not waste time on that. We just want to go straight into the meat and potatoes of this. Now, here's Albert II, right? If you scroll down a bit, what do you see his religion is? Roman Catholicism. Huh. Goodness gracious. Roman Catholicism. So, let's get back to who we had as the subject of the matter today, who's Charlene, Princess of Monaco, born Charlene Lynette Wittstock. Let's take a look at some of the photos of this so-called dude. Now, here is the prince. He was a prince or king of Monaco with Lynette. And what do you have here? It's a straight back. There's no arch in that back, meaning that who you're looking at right here is male and not female. So if it's your first time on a channel, let's just show you what we're talking about with some pictures, all right? And here we go. So a female is supposed to have an arch in her back because she's supposed to carry children. So with the weight of pregnancy and the baby, she's not going to tumble over or have problems walking or standing. That's the reason for the arch in her back. The arch starts just below the shoulder blades, right? It starts dipping in into her navel from the back. And then it comes out, it starts turning and goes out into her pelvis, into her butt area. So depending on how you draw the shape of the spine, or from where you draw it, it's going to be shaped like a C for a female, or it's going to be shaped like an S. With a man's back is straight into his pelvis. If a man's back wants to arch, it arches outside like a D. With a female, it arches inside like a C or an S. So we scroll down a bit more to show you some more pictures so you can have a very clear picture of what we're talking about. This is a document we advise that you have handy at all times so you can know the visual differences between male and female. Just look for it in the YouTube window, click more, or click on more or show more, you'll show a link, all right? A female always has to have an arch in her back like that. Doesn't matter if she's big or small, there's always has to be an arch. Even when she's wearing clothes, the arch still has to show. Now, if we compare this back right here to this back right here, you will see there is no arch. It's a straight back. But if we compare it with a male back, let's go down a little further. You see this right here? This is what you have here, clearly showing you that you're looking at a male. This Charlotte or Charlene Wittstock is a genetically born male, transgendered as female, and married to the Prince or King of Monaco, Albert II. Some more pictures. Here is it again with the back, comparable to what we have over here. Straight back. Even through clothes, a female will still have an arch in her back. You can see straight back. You're looking at a male. Some more pictures. See that again now? Straight back, up and down. Make it clearer so you can see. Straight back, up and down. There is no arch. How is this supposed to carry a pregnancy and bear children? You're looking at a male. And this is the wife to the Prince or King of Monaco. Straight back. Just like mine. I'm a dude. Straight back. Can you see that? You're looking at a male. Some more pictures. Look at those shoulders. Can you tell me if you've seen any female with this kind of shoulders in your life? Look at that. Look at those shoulders. Look at that again. You're looking at a male. Some more pictures. Look at the shoulders again. Have you ever seen a female with this kind of shoulders? Please tell me. Those are the shoulders of a male, not a female. Look at how huge those shoulders are. All right, some more pictures. Look at that again. Would you say this is female? Look at the muscular nature of this thing. Look at the legs. Look at the hands. This is when Charlene Wittstock was swimming in the Olympics for South Africa. You're looking at a male. This ain't no female. Some more pictures. Look at that again. Look at the shoulders. Look at that. Look at that. Look at how long the arms are. Can you see that? You're looking at a genetically born male, transgendered female, and made to be the princess and wife of the King or Prince of Monaco, Albert II. Go further. And here is a picture of she with Mel Gibson. That's why we say that you can't trust anybody on TV. It doesn't matter what movie they make, you can't make them role models. You know, a lot of people who say they believe in God have been fooled by Mel Gibson in the movie called Passion of the Christ. Because when you watch movies, you're not watching for the symbologies, you're not watching for the hidden meanings behind the movies. If you've read the Bible, you will know that Yehoshua wasn't blinded in one eye in a movie, according to the Bible. He was bitten, but the Bible never said that he was blinded in one eye. If you watch the Mel Gibson movie of Mel Gibson right here, you would see that in that movie, Passion of the Christ, Yehoshua was blinded in one eye, which is symbology, not of Christ, but of the devil himself. So there in that movie, what they're actually doing is showing you that how they made Christ to be their victim by blinding him in one eye, which is symbology of the devil. So that's why you can't trust anybody in Hollywood. You can't trust people on TV. You can't make them role models because him right here knows that this man over here is in drag. But he's never gonna tell you. He's smiling, having fun, making millions, and feeding you bullshit stories like Passion of the Christ, which was designed by the Vatican, if you want to trace the history and trace the people who are behind the movie. Because in Hollywood, this is common knowledge. You can be a screenwriter, a script writer, or a director without being a high degree Freemason. This is common fact, and everybody knows that. Alright, so with that said, I come to the end of today's video. I advise that you subscribe, and I'll leave you with the words which I always say. Look with your eyes and see with your brain. Question everything. With that said, I say thank you and bye-bye.